Hi everyone, it's Hatsy and I'm back with another video on Hatsy Fit. So, there's been a bit of a delay from when I last posted a video, and that is because I had my friends visit me from London. Well, one of them lives in London and one of them lives in Florida. So I spent, I think, 10 days down just in different places in the UK with them. And then when I got back, I had to record a lot of stuff. I tried to record like 3 videos for Hatsy Fit, and then they all messed up some way or another. Like sometimes the audio didn't work, or like sometimes the lighting was too bad and stuff. So here I am, third time lucky. But I'm really excited to be back because I have missed it. So because I've been visiting my friends and stuff, I was thinking about what kind of video could I come back to. And I think something that I don't see being talked about a lot on YouTube is like how to kind of stick to your routine when you're in a big group of people that may not want to do the same things as you, and you live one way but everybody else lives another. Now this sounds like pretty specific to my situation, but like when I think about it, I bet there are so many situations that people find themselves in. Like let's say at work, let's say like you have an office job or something and there's a buffet somewhere, and you go and like there's 30 people or whatever, and then like everybody eats that food, but then you're like, I can't eat that because I have to stick to like my macros, that doesn't fit in with what I have a day, or like I don't want to eat that because it's sugary food, I'm trying to stay away from sugar this week, or something like that. And I wanted to talk about it and tell you like how I get around that, like when I'm staying with my friends, because as much as I love and adore my friends, and I do, and this is no shade whatsoever, but when I stay with them, they love sugary foods, they love fast food, and sometimes I find myself being pretty stuck and thinking, oh, what am I gonna eat today? So that's one thing, and then exercise is another. And I'm just gonna be talking about how I got around that in London when I stayed away, because I had a bit of a weird situation because there was no gym in my hotel when I arrived, and that can be an issue. And something that I would have done a while ago is I would have used that as an excuse, and I'd have been like, oh, there's no gym here, so therefore I shouldn't go. But what I ended up doing was I ended up just pushing myself and being like, no, I need to find a gym. I don't care how far away it is, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna get up earlier, and I'm gonna do it, because I don't want to change my routine whilst I'm here, because number one, it's gonna make me feel bad. Number two, I'm not even used to it. Like I'm very used to getting up, going to the gym, and just eating certain foods, and that's just the way that I've chosen to live. So yeah, that is general advice, but then, like I'm getting more specific now. To start off, I'd say try not to change your routine, you know, as much as possible. Try to stick to what you do at home. And that can apply to going away with friends, going away with family, going away with whoever. But also it can apply to work events, you know, anything like that. So starting with exercise and how I get around going to the gym and having like my own time in a big group of people is I get up earlier than everyone else, and I just get it over and done with so that I can start the day. And this is gonna make me feel so much better. It's kind of annoying that I have to get up earlier than everyone else, but you know, that's that. And if I don't go, I'll feel bad about it, and I don't want to get out of my own routine that I've set for myself. And actually, I felt great when I went. I felt full of like confidence. I felt like my willpower was just really strong and high that week, because you know, I didn't even have a gym at the hotel, so I was like walking 15 minutes out to go to this special place to train and then come back. And it was something that, yeah, it just boosted my confidence. And I think that if I hadn't have gone, if I had have used the excuse of there's no gym here, can't go this week, no, I'm just gonna have a day off, just gonna have a week off, I'm on holiday, etc. Like I would have probably not felt as confident and as just full of willpower as I did that week when I was in London. So that was really good for me, and it was a really good positive start to the day, and it made me feel happy. So yeah, that's what I do for exercise when I go away. I just get up earlier than everyone else. I know that it's really just sort of simple and like, okay, yeah, you know, it's nothing new, like everybody probably does it, but sometimes I think it's nice to go over these things, because it's nice to feel like you're not the only one, like you're not alone on this. There are other people that do it as well. Other times I'll get myself in this mindset of why do I live like this and my friends don't? I've just got to remember that if I really want to reach my goals, then that's what I've got to do. I've got to push myself, and I've got to commit to it, and I'm committed, and that's that. So yeah, exercise out of the way. Diet is much more complicated and much more difficult in my opinion, especially when you do sort of stay with people who love fast food and sugar and everything, because I struggled, I really did. And I found that as the group got bigger, it got more uncontrollable. Like, at least I could reason with 2 or 3 of my friends, and I could be like, you know, could we stop on the way to somewhere else maybe? You know, whilst we're walking to McDonald's or Burger King, like, you know, could we go somewhere else? Or, this is a really nice restaurant here. Oh, I love the food here. What do you want to eat tonight? Let's go here instead. Trying to suggest different things to them was easy. But yeah, as the group started to expand and more people start to, you know, jump in, that's when it gets tricky. I had that situation really badly in Summer in the City, which was last year in London. It's like a YouTube event. In fact, I'm going this year. So come and say hi if you're going. So you basically get a pass, and I was in the YouTube, Twitter, Instagram lounge, and it's like a creator pass that I had. So you have like this pass that gets you into these lounges. And I remember, like, I was so excited to go in because this is something that is like really unique and really special. And then I just went in and I just remember all the sugar. Like, I remember these like glazed donuts which were bright blue, and as lovely and as amazing as that is, and as lovely and as amazing it was for me to be invited in there, I couldn't eat anything there. And it's okay, it's not that I couldn't, it's that I just really didn't want to, because I have this horrible thing with when I have a lot of sugar, it's kind of like a drug, I guess, and maybe other people feel like this as well, but it will get to a point where I'll eat it, and then a few hours later I will be already craving more, and then I'll pretty much have a come down off of it, and I'll be like, I need it, etc. And it's really unpleasant, like, it's a really unpleasant feeling. And that's actually what happened at Summer in the City last year. It just felt really unpleasant. Yeah, in a situation like that, I'd say definitely have a look at packing a packed lunch, or have a look at other options. You know, what I'd do now, to be honest, is I'd have gone downstairs and just had a look what was there. But the London situation was a little bit different because I could reason with my friends and I could say, hey, what about this place? Or, you know, if we were on the way to a fast food, I'd say, would you mind if I just stopped here quickly to get myself something? And they were really fine and reasonable with it. You know, they're really understanding. So that was great because I do have very nice, understanding friends. But yeah, when you start to have a bigger group, it can get a lot more unmanageable, and you've just got to try and be as polite about it as possible. You've got to obviously show that you're committed and stand your ground a bit and just be like, hey, you know, is there any chance that we could stop at one of these? Or we could go to a different place because I can't really eat here, you know, or I don't really like the food here. And people should be fine with it. There are 2 ways that you can go about that though. You can go the really nice way, and that's the way that works, you know, the almost manipulative way. It works for me. But then, okay, when I get really like hungry and angry at the world, there is another way that I sometimes use, and it is more direct, and it's more, I don't want this food, I don't want to eat here, and I really have to stop using it because it gets me nowhere, trust me. Like, it doesn't. It's happened to me a few times where like I have stood my ground and I have been very direct about it, and the whole group's just been like, yeah, okay, we're just eating here anyway, we don't care. If you take the nicer route and you're reasonable, etc., then you're more likely to get somewhere. But if you have an angry moment like me, then it might not work. So don't do that. But I've noticed that after time, me being consistent with saying, hey, would we be alright to, you know, go somewhere else, or could we stop somewhere on the way, etc. Like, going over those things, being consistent with it, people will like respect it after a while. Like, if you've known a group of people for 10 years and then you suddenly turn around one day and you're like, hey, would you mind if we pick somewhere else to eat? That's not going to look consistent to them, and you might find that they will be less sort of wanting to like bend around you. I don't know another phrase for that, and it's really late and I can't think. But if you build it up after a while and you just show your friends that you are consistent and this is the way that you really want to live and this is the way that you choose to live, they will respect it, and, you know, they will start keeping you in mind when they do pick places. And I personally, you know, found at first when I changed my lifestyle, my friends around me, they were just like, yeah, we want to eat here tonight. And I'd be like, I don't know about that place. And they were a lot more kind of confused about it. But now, like, I'll hear them saying, oh yeah, but Hattie can't eat that food. Or like, yeah, we could go here, but obviously like we have to stop somewhere on the way for Hattie. And that just happens after time. Like, as you're more consistent, other people around you will respect it and they will like have your needs in mind, because it will just be kind of engraved into their heads that like you can't have the same things, or you don't want to have the same things as them, which is absolutely fine. So yeah, that is it. You know, obviously this is mainly aimed at just food that you don't want. Like if it is sugar, if it is fast food, I'm not saying that you can't have those, because you absolutely can. And I do have a cheat day and treat myself, you know, every now and then, and that's absolutely fine. But I don't do it on those foods, if I'm honest. And if you choose to, that's great, like up to you, fine. But it's just giving some advice really, you know, coming back to it and just opening up about how I did things in London, and that's really it. So I hope it was helpful in some way. I will be posting more. I'm actually going on holiday tonight. I'm leaving at like 2:30 in the morning. Apparently I'm going to Mallorca. I didn't know. I had no idea, but I'm gonna edit this, so this should be up, and by the time you're watching this, I'll be there. But if you want to stay on top of things, of course you can find me on Instagram, HatsyYT, and also I will be uploading as soon as I'm back. So from Monday onwards, or Tuesday onwards, there'll be videos, like, and I'm gonna post very regularly because I really have missed it and I love this channel so much. Like, I get the same feeling about this channel as I first got with my main one, and it's just like a really kind of heartwarming feeling, like whenever I post. And yeah, you know, sometimes YouTube gets a bit repetitive and a bit old, especially for me because I've been on it for like 2 years now, and you know, there can be months where I'll love it and there'll be months where I'm just like, oh, you know, and it's one of those months at the moment. But this channel is like really motivating me. I'm really happy that you're all enjoying it, and even though I might not be as professional as some of the others, I just really want to, you know, try and give as much advice as I can about anything, and yeah, try and help people out there. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you on the next one.